Now, Assassin's Creed Unity seems to have copped it a fair bit recently, but realistically, what were people expecting? It's an Assassin's Creed game, so there are certain things that come with that. They tend to be buggy, they tend to have a swarthy, very charismatic protagonist. They tend to Forrest Gump into a lot of historical moments, as in you're suddenly inserted into this thing that you've read about in a textbook. And by the end of it, we're more confused about the actual overarching story than we were at the start. So on that front, it's absolutely an Assassin's Creed game. You play as Arnaud, the son of an assassin who, with the way things go, ends up in the Bastille, comes out of the Bastille, becomes an assassin, and basically plays through the French Revolution. But the overarching story, they've done interesting things with it. Since Desmond is dead in 3, lol spoils, they've changed the meta-narrative to not be about inherently Desmond anymore. He does get mentioned and he comes up a fair bit, but you are effectively part of the meta-narrative. It's basically they've hijacked the Abstergo system and they're getting you to help them with their testing and to find out various things and find out various information, which as a thing really works. But it's really hard to look past some of the gameplay flaws. Like, it really is a stunningly beautiful game. Like, Paris looks like Paris. You would imagine it would look in those days. Everybody walks with a certain swagger. The actual individual animations look wonderful, but the bugs, and there are a lot of bugs that don't matter. Stuff like people popping in, walk animations being weird, people like melting into each other. Yeah, it's look at Assassin's Creed, whatever. But not like 9 times out of 10, it's fine. And then there's that one that stops you from completing a critical mission. This is the only game in this generation that's made me throw a controller in anger. And it's been a year since I've thrown a controller in anger. That's how long it's been, and Assassin's Creed did it to me. And it was during a fight, because the way they do fights, they've changed the way they do the fighting system a little bit, but basically everything is still an animation. So you think you've run far enough away from a guy to escape on low health. Didn't have any health packs left. Thought I was far enough away. He's thrust. But then the animation, did the complete animation. So he literally teleported to me and stabbed me, which was cheap. So the actual sword itself didn't have any physics. Dragged me straight out of the game. And that made me really, really disappointed with some of the bugs. Is it worth playing? Is there cool things about it? Yeah, co-op is very, very cool. I really like Arnaud. I think he's really underrated as a protagonist from a lot of the other things I've read. And the way he moves, it's very French. I don't know if I can say that without being... Anyway, but as far as the bugs go, yeah, some of them are annoying, some of them ruin the game. If you're not a big fan of the Assassin's Creed shtick, well, this isn't exactly going to help on that front. However, I think with Ubisoft openly talking about the bugs, starting their bug blog, is it worth playing in maybe 6 months' time? Sure, if the bugs are out of the way, if they fixed all those problems, I'd definitely give it a go. As for now, do you really want to read about the French Revolution?